who's benefiting the most in marriage, relationships, all this stuff? Who's benefiting the most and who's feeling like the loser, right?
Good
Women
question.
are benefiting the most in those transactions. We're not really benefiting.
It depends on what you want.
It
depends on what you want.
We're speaking in general, not depends. In general, is Gavin's question. Not it depends.
But I'm not sure what answer he wants me to give. Are you trying to say that men benefit more or women?
No, that's a question. What do you think? What do you mean?
Yeah, that's the question.
Ask it again. I'll answer it. Ask it again.
Who benefits the most in marriage? It seems like nobody wants to play the game because there's going to be.
I think men benefit the most.
That's cap.
Explain.
Capadon.
Explain.
Make her answer
because of those intangibles.
Which are
the relationship, the connection that she brings to the relationship, the connection she brings into the marriage.
How can you quantify that?
Men don't care about that. How can men don't care about men don't care about the aesthetics.
Okay.
Women bring color to a man's life. A man brings the frame, the stability to the relationship. The woman brings the aesthetics. The woman brings the comfort. The woman brings the softness. The woman brings the pleasure. The woman brings all of these things to a relationship. The man brings the frame. The man brings the bricks. The man brings the.
Now you red fish and blue fishing us. The point is that you're doing a red fish, blue fish. The point is all those things that you mentioned. You're saying that those things are in high availability these days. Now think about, before you answer that question, think about what we hear repeatedly from people all over the internet, all on the dating things. So the things that you're saying those things are on ready supply from women.
But that's a different question. But I didn't.
No. You said that
that's a different question.
The softness, all those other things are what women bring. Granted, if we concede that point to you, you need to explain to us, are those things in ready supply based off of the current climate of dating?
Depending on if
you I'm done. I don't really depend.
Depending on if you believe that a relationship has to be transactional. If you believe a relationship has to be transactional, then that's never going to work.
And women, black women are out here by and large saying they want 6-figure men. Okay,
that's not the truth.
Not only that, but you were saying the frame. You talked about the men are the one bringing the frame. At the end of the day, when a divorce happens, or when we're going through a divorce, you get to keep all that you came with. In most cases, you do take the frame too that we built.
I thought divorces were. This is where I'm saying, like, I personally don't get into debates like this because, first off, in a divorce, it's normally split in half. And ultimately, if a man decided that he was going to marry a woman later on in life after he's built everything, like, if you feel like a woman doesn't benefit, if a man feels like he's not benefiting from a marriage, then he picked the wrong wife. If a wife feels like she's not benefiting from a marriage, she picked the wrong husband. So I ain't got no input on this because both parties should be benefiting from a marriage. So
you know what?
I'll say this: women benefit from it because they get the love, the protection, and the resources. Men, what we get is legacy. Okay, that's it. Okay, and you get the hope to have a legacy. If that child even yours, if she even faithful at that.
We've had an argument before regarding resources that women take from men. How is it that women are taking these resources from men and you all only average $50,000 a year? The average black man only makes that kind of money.
It happens, though.
Oh, how is she taking what?
You know why?
What is she taking? You don't make enough money for her.
No. It's not what she's taking. It's what the courts is taking. It's not what she's taking. You're forgetting that not most of the time the men end up paying child support and also to alimony. Are we forgetting these things?
Not if he wants to do joint custody. Not if he wants to do joint custody.
He has to fight for that.
Wrong, Crystal. In California, you can have 50-50 custody and still pay a decent amount of child support. That's not true.
Thank you.
My thing is, get out of these crazy states like California. California is a crazy state to
and New York.
So they're saying because they have to pay child support, that's the court taking money out of their pocket.
My thing is
you just asked about money being taken away. Where's the money
That's
going
what you mean by money taken out of your pocket, paying for your child. That's money being.
No. You see, there's no problem with paying for your child. Like you could pay for your child without the courts being involved, but it's the working out, it's the communication between you and that person in your maturity.
So you should pick a good wife so that way she doesn't.
Hold on, meaning both parties is taking care of the child. It's not just the weight is being heavily carried on the man. We're no longer together. You forgot? We're not together anymore. So now you wanted that split down the middle. This is the split down the middle for real. But that doesn't happen that way in reality in the court system. Let's keep it 100.
So do you mean because you have to pay child support, your money is being taken away from you? That's what you're saying.
Yeah, of course. Your money is getting taken away from you.
Heathen queen, be realistic. Heathen queen, be realistic. You know, a lot of these mothers out here spending more money on themselves than their kids. Be real.
They be doing it. I know some. I know some that do that.
Really though, because they got more luxury. You can see them walking around with Michael Kors bags and they children walking around sloppy and raggedy. Come on now, we got stop this.
Don't let that child turn 18.
Bulk of the women. That's not the bulk of the women.
My thing is, we know that this whole this whole system. I mean, this is a lost conversation, but we know that this complete system is flawed. Like we already know that. I just feel like this is a silly conversation in general. Like this is just
Crystal. Well, the answer to the conversation it shouldn't be an existing conversation. If we do the positive work, before we need to do. First of all, we need to do the proper work we need to do. We need to do.
Most of these people don't even want to get married. So we having a conversation about people that don't want to get married.
Why do you think so? Why do you think so, Mama?
Because they've been saying it all night.
Crystal, can I ask you something? Okay, who's the one who's guardian of marriage? Men are the guardian of marriage, right?
Look. This is what I'm saying, y'all. These are silly conversations, and they are conversations that are tired. We can have better conversations of how to keep marriage together.
We can always talk about that. I don't care.
Why men make more money? Why men make more money married? Why men make more money married? Why men make more money married single?
As soon as the conversation they start losing on the arguments and reality start hitting, now all of a sudden it's 12:02 Eastern time in the morning and you got 2 kids and a husband and you too tired for the conversation. Now the conversation ain't useless. Now the conversation is pointless. All of a sudden when the points start making sense, now all of a sudden motherfuckers tired.
Yo, he came flying out of nowhere, just dropping them. Boom, boom.
Like I said,
Miss Heathen Queen, she's so disingenuous. So paying for your kids is you saying is taking up. Yes, it is, because when you pay child support, you're not only paying for your kid, you also paying the court.
Cornelius, are you okay, baby?
Amen.
Exactly. You the truth, though. He telling the truth.
Yes, I'm very okay. It's just very disingenuous the points that she's making, as well as you as well. But whatever.
You came in sweaty like Leon last week, babe. You came in mad, hot and
got out the shower. I just got out the shower, so my skin got that glow to
it. And ladies, this is the tale where men are needed. It's wintertime. Somebody got to light that pilot light. Somebody got to get you some wood outside. So you better be thinking about this. Now ask that question again, Brother Gavin.
So the question of the show is, what's the real reason why men are checking out of dating? And we explore some things like, can they just not afford these women? Has inflation forced men out of the dating market? Like, what's going on?
I'll say this, and I found this out the other week, talking to a financial advisor. From 2020 to today, you need $10,000 more to sustain the same living you had before COVID. You need $10,000 more. Now let's look at that. From a man's point of view, most men have did what they had. They worked through it. They've probably been able to even survive like we've been doing through that time. A lot of the women, they haven't made any changes to what they do. They still spend a lot of money on makeup, wigs, weave, drinking alcohol, make their breath stink, going out to eat because they ain't cooking. The kids still wearing too little clothes. They taking the child support, unfortunately, and they fund their lifestyle. That's why if you notice how women be on the shows and they got 4 or 5 children, and all of them are like 6, 7, 8 years apart. Now add those 5 times 18. They can fund their lifestyle for the next 30 years of their life, even working a job. But they're going to spend at least 60% of that money on themselves. They're not going to invest it in the kid to grow, because some of these kids are so smart, but she won't even give them music lessons. She won't even take them to the soccer field so she can, because she ain't going to sweat that weave out. She ain't happening. She ain't taking them to learn how to swim, do some gymnastics or something, and she'll feed that child 20 pounds of food a day and say, my baby fat. But you won't even take your baby to get a little exercise because you want to look cute. You don't want to sweat out your expensive weave so you can front for your girls. Now, granted, look, ladies, I'll say this. Until you all change your uniform from BAPS, if you go look at the movie BAPS, it started it all. They've been dressing like that for the last 35 years. Change that uniform up. Let go of that cosmetic look, and I guarantee your hair will grow like brother Real Leo. It'll grow. It just might take a little time. You ain't wasting money, and all that money you will put on that, put it in your kids' college fund so you can give your child a chance to transition out. You have to stop believing, and this is where the women fall apart. Older women sometimes give the bad advice. Give the bad advice. You say, get out here, ride your carousels until you get 30, 35 then. But they not taking into account most black women, they just as horny as black men. They out here slanging that thing. Brother, it ain't even, you ain't even got Netflix no more. You can roll up, say, look, I got a Bleezy and I got some whatever they drink, Moscato, peanut J, and they and she gonna have a baby by you. She don't even know you. Now, it's something wrong with that, because this is what I've been saying to the brothers. This is the greatest time to take advantage of this, because do you want to spend the next 20 years of your life crying about the women that don't like you, that done got fatter than you, done spend all the money up? You seen them at the club. You see how they spending money and still not giving you the time of day, when you can do all the options in America: school, military, trade school, trucking school, whatever it is, and save your bread. Like Brother Walker said to the other guy, cut out all the little unnecessary spending, stack your bread for the next 10, 15 years. When they open up these borders and all these Ukrainians and all these, who else? The Israels and the South of America come in, they're not building these new houses for y'all. They're not building these new apartments for y'all. You can take advantage of that. And once you get your stuff together, and we already doing it, that's the thing. It's just that we're spending too much time worrying about everything beside us instead of looking up and move it, because you got to put in the work in America. Ain't nobody leaving America like that. Leave the women alone, because once you get yourself right and you know you standing strong and you got your chest out, you done went to the gym, you done worked your little $40,000 a year job, you're saving $4,000 or $5,000 a year. Now you're going on 40 years old. If you don't want to get married, you can date everybody between 40 and 50 and ride them out. If you're looking for a wife, make sure she's looking at you for the man that you are, not what you got. Other than that, you ain't got to be stuck. It's beautiful black women all over the world. You just got to be square on who you are. Do things the righteous way, and it all paying itself out. Other than that, why complain about it? If you see what the women are doing, we see what the women are doing. And understand this, do not have a child out of wedlock. Do not do it. I don't give a damn how good the booty is. You better cover it up. Do not have a child out of wedlock, because you will be broke as a brother making $40,000 a year. They're going to get 51%. Go down to Texas if you want to. Go to these high-priced states. They're going to take all that, and they're going to give it to that baby mama who was sleeping with you and your cousin, and she going to come around with you with her little booty shorts and weave on, and your kid going to be looking raggedy. She going to groom that child to talk bad about you. Yeah. And my last thing, women, it's my last thing. Women, if you got a little boy, once he turn 11 or 12, give him to the father. Give him to the father. Just take him over and drop him off right here. And it's your baby. It's your turn now. Because by the time they get that, little boys they have low self-esteem. He can't grow into his manhood. He need to see another man's balls walking around out the shower.
That's the problem right
he
there.
Needs that. You have to allow the man, because he could save your child, even if you don't like him. He could save your son and your daughter. Take them both over. So here, take them for the week. I'll bring some food stamps, some link over. Go shopping, and I guarantee your kid go eat a full course meal while you out clubbing. But women, y'all can't be afraid to give up.